Hello, I'm General Waffles of the Breakfast Brigade. Here I bring you a Rexxar build video for jungling, calling it the Rexxar Beast Tamer Build. Not so happy about the title of that one, but like, ogres are kind of beasts, I guess. Anyway, this build focuses primarily around building up jungling talents, killing minions, killing mercenaries, and that's what you want to focus on doing because you kind of strip away a lot of good stuff. You don't really strip away too much good stuff, and I will say the big surprise was the level 7 talent. You'll see what I mean. It does way more work than I thought it would. So, you basically need to get to level 6, level 4 before you actually do anything. This is when you'll get your easy prey talent, and Misha will take 50% less damage and deal 150% more auto attack damage. That's pretty huge. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend using this build on the Diablo maps because the Diablo maps have 3 minions in their camps, and it's just overall not very it's more objective focused than it is minion focused and mercenary focused. But here we suffer some early deaths, and I'm kind of put in this lane where I can't do anything. And so I basically just have to hold off, get experience, hit level 4 and start jungling. And that's my plan. Leoric's going to be roaming around the map a little bit, trying to make stuff work, and I'm mostly just trying to survive. I really don't care about what they're doing as long as they're not taking down the towers. And people keep showing up when they need to push the lane back, so it's not too troubling. But still, just when I can, poke at hammer. But Tastar is going to be able to keep her pretty healthy with those shields. And Rexxar, he doesn't do the most damage. He can do some pretty significant damage if you let him. But against someone like Hammer, she outranges me and I can't really deal with her. I would just lose Misha. That's all that would happen. So I need to hang back. Nope. Right now I'm just kind of fearing that I'm going to hit level 4 and be the only one in this lane. And that's a problem because I need to start hitting those jungle camps. Now the jungle is spawning now. The boss isn't spawned yet. With this build you can actually take the boss, I believe at level 7, without dying by yourself. And that's just insane. Level 10 is where I'd recommend trying that because you can do it quickly. Here I'm pinging for assistance just to get some team down here. But the boss at level 10 is not that strong. And most of the time it's not going to make a big enough impact for the amount of time that you have to spend. And it's just not really worth it until later in the game. You can solo the boss at pretty much any time. Even without this build, you can solo the boss pretty easy. So here, the tribute's spawning up top, and I come down and take this vision, and Zagara is just kind of walking around, not doing anything in particular, just kind of trying to create some vision, trying to keep me away from this. Surprisingly, no one else from the other team came to deal with me, and I just kind of get to walk around and do whatever I want. That doesn't happen all the time. But I really want these siege giants. I got the easy prey talent, Murky's pushing bottom, and I know this will put a lot of pressure on the map. I'm assuming that we're going to lose this tribute, and the team did exactly what I hoped they would do, which is delay the tribute. And, yeah, give me some extra time to do what I'm doing. Yeah. If you're playing any sort of jungler, early jungle character, like Rexxar, Gazlo, etc., taking the enemy merc camp really early on like this can usually get a lot of work done. A lot of times you want to do this with Bribe because it is really risky, especially with Zagar around. They have a lot of vision down. But a lot of times this will happen, this situation where they don't fully realize or they just don't respond to it, and they can do a lot of damage with only minions responding to it. Yeah, those are going to do a lot of work before they're eventually taken down. So again, just trying to get these camps as fast as I can. Trying to go around and get as many of the camps as I can to apply pressure to different parts of the map. So those siege giants will be pushing top and the tribute spawning down bottom. That was fairly lucky. There was no way to predict that. And now I get the Bird of Prey, and here's what it does. Boom. 300% more damage on your Spirit Swoop. I didn't realize originally how much damage that was. It's actually a considerable amount of damage, and you just make the lanes not exist. For mercenaries, it's a big help. It's kind of tricky to line up sometimes, but in lane, to just kill the minions, it's like one ability to clear a lane. It's so nice. Especially if you're getting pushed a lot, then you can easily clear back lanes, and Rexxar sometimes struggles with that because he doesn't have the most AoE damage. He's mostly individual damage focus, and this really helps him take the bruiser camps. Without this talent, the Bird of Prey, trying to take these bruiser camps, these knight camps, is a nightmare. You have to hit them down one by one with Misha and you got the charge, but the charge isn't a lot of damage. It's just not a good situation. So here, just kind of, I'm trying to get in position to take this. This is really risky. The fact that I'm not being punished by them when they have a Tastar and a Zagara for all that vision is just astounding to me. And now the tribute spawning up top, and that's not very good for me because that means people will be coming up here. So I want to get this finished as soon as possible, but really wanted to save my Misha charge for that exact situation that people would come up to stop me. But I do get the camp. No one comes to stop me. I don't really know where they all were. And now I'm just trying to help a little bit with the tribute, but it's not my major priority. I'm basically waiting to level 10 because I want to take the boss at level 10. That's kind of what you do with this build. Their Rexxar comes up and does a lot of damage to me, and I'm forced to back out of this fight. And Sonya coming in will push him out. But I still got my eye on that mercenary camp, that boss. With Bestial Wrath, it's so fast. Like, trying to take the boss without your level 10 Bestial Wrath talent it's not hard, it's just time consuming. And you're going to spend a lot of time. If you take the Unleash the Boars, you're also going to spend a lot of time. Yeah, Misha just rips this golem apart. I have a big problem in this particular match with standing in circles. And here I wasn't auto-attacking because I didn't realize I wasn't close enough. Yeah. These golem circles are going to do a lot of damage to me. And I never really get punished for it, but you know, it's a problem. I shouldn't be doing that. Murky does come and help. I really did believe in my heartest of hearts that the team was going to get this tribute. I thought it was locked up and in the bag, but the enemy team ends up grabbing it, and they get the curse. It's unfortunate. So that's my bad. I should have been there, but I thought that they had it. Murky and I weren't there. Not too much we can do about that push. Misha just decided to walk off on her own and had her own agenda, but she came back. And, you know, there's no point in trying to stop them from taking that fort. It was going down. I might as well just try to get more minions on the board, more mercenaries. And now I see an opportunity. I know that they're going to be at the boss. Ping for the team to go up there. They took it before we could respawn. I could even get there. Though it's doubtful we could have organized to actually take it. Meanwhile, our boss did take a fort, and we'll just kind of push up to the wall. I used the Bestial Wrath to give Misha some more damage. I want this boss to do nothing. And thanks to Spirit Swoop and Easy Prey, we're taking this down so fast. Sonya here to offer some support to take down the boss. And despite having a curse, this boss does virtually no damage. It takes down a gate. Nearly. And now I just get this for the mana. Get the Moonwell. And now we need to defend this. Now the curse is over. It's relevant to walk in here. Murky walking over. I mix up the crowd control on her a little bit. And just kind of go in on Rexxar because he's the lowest target. Now that I feel like the team fight is strictly in our favor, we have a 2-person advantage, I decide to try to walk over here to take the siege camp again. Zagara is going to come down here. I'm not really sure if she paid attention to where I was, but I happened to be in the area, so I decided to get the stun on her, get her slowed, and she will get taken down by the force of the enemy, of our team. And now I can just leisurely walk over here and take this. I don't feel safe because they do have people respawning and we're fighting in the area, so I do pop that Bestial Wrath ultimate to take this down very quickly. The fighting's still going on. Now here's the advantage of Misha having the flame versus something like Burning Rage. When I'm mounted, the burn effect still applies, but when you're mounted with Burning Rage, the burn effect no longer applies. So while I'm mounted, I can take out Zagara creep. That's the biggest upside to it, really. Other than that, you pick up this talent because it just does more damage to the jungle minions, and it helps you clear faster. And in team fights, even though Misha doesn't do the most damage with this build, and she's not stunning as often, the constant damage is really good. Plus the alternatives are not that great. It's just better to go with the damage, in my opinion. Especially when you're doing this jungle build, the Beast Tamer build, as I've reluctantly called it. So here I'm conflicted. I want to take that mercenary camp, but I'm afraid the team is coming up. I also hear Murky use his Octograb, so I walk up here to see if I can assist with this. And I basically just auto-attack him. He would have died anyway. But it's still nice to be there with the team, and now we can just take down this fort. It was just too risky to take that mercenary camp. And you gotta realize that this build, when you're playing it, if you want to take enemy mercenary camps, you're always at risk of them finding you. Or someone walking by. And sometimes you will just hand over mercenary camps to the team. You'll kill them, and then the enemy team will come in and kill you, and just step on the point and take it. Now here we're just chasing Rexxar a little bit. I back off once I see Sergeant Hammer on stealths, and I just go down here. I forgot that there was a tribute up, actually, and the main reason I went down here was to take the mercenary camp. But, you know, when in Rome. So here, this build still performs well when you have to fight people. You're not crippling yourself too hard. And I wait for Tychus to use his, what do you call it, his overkill before I let Misha jump. You gotta get that value out of stuns when you have them. You can't just use them immediately unless you're gonna get them back right away. That's something not a lot of people do when they don't take into consideration the channeled abilities. So here Zagara just got body blocked by everything in the world, and it was a really easy kill. And now we just walk away. However, they decide to keep chasing, and I immediately go right back in on Rexxar, and he falls to the might of all of us. Their team is so strung out. I don't know how Misha's charge actually hit Tassadar there, but, you know, I'll take it. Sometimes the world just wants to give you something. Now, right here showcases one annoying thing about Misha. I'm clicking on this to try to get Misha to walk up to attack it, but she was just kind of wandering around. I don't know if that was because I didn't have direct vision of it or what. But I did have vision of the fort and I could click on it. Just a little annoyance of Rexxar as Misha's AI control. So here, the tribute spawning down bottom, and I go up to take their boss. There's very little reason why they would be up at their boss, unless they were planning to take it for like a comeback maneuver. But it's more likely that they were trying to defend bottom, and they do have people down. And now that I can see the majority of the team on the map, the enemy team, I know that I'm completely safe here. Still pop that Bestial Wrath because it makes the boss a lot faster. And it's just good to be fast at these things. The faster the better. But you shouldn't, I don't think you should pop Bestial Wrath for like other mercenary camps unless you feel like you're going to get attacked and you need to kill them right away. Unfortunately, enemy team did manage to kill a couple members of our team, but it doesn't matter because we got their boss and we're still ahead and we have this map control right now. A lot of this game really does come down to who can swing momentum and who can control the map. And if you can control the map by taking mercenary camps, this gives them alternate objectives that they need to take care of, so they can't be at objectives like the tribute, or else they'll lose things. Like here, the enemy team was forced to defend the boss, and this tribute comes up and we're able to take it completely uncontested. And now the entire team is grouped, and just by happenstance, we're all together and we can just take this boss out real quick. Again, big problem this game was standing in circles. I don't know what that was. Yep. So we got a boss, we got a curse, and now we can just walk up real fast and get this bruiser camp. I mean, between all of us, we have a lot of AoE damage. Though Sonya decides to save her Fury instead of using it for the extra damage. Which is smart. I mean, she has full Fury now, and it doesn't cost me very much to take down that mercenary camp, and between Murky and I, we can do it very quickly. So now we're pushing with the boss down the bottom lane. Bruisers are pushing up in the top. I missed the charge there. That was terrible. This is what I'm talking about. Even if they defend this push and we're forced to retreat, we still have other pushes on the map going on. And they're in this situation where even though they may have a better team fight, or a better team put together, we're still able to just completely destroy them because they're forced into these situations where they're losing structures and they're losing map control, and they can't contest everything at once, yet our team can apply this pressure to the map. This is just kind of part of building a team comp and building to your strengths of your team. But here, big spoiler alert, we win this match. You know, I'm just over here kind of trying to get, you know, these minions killed. I did pick up the Feigned Death, didn't talk about that because it's not really relevant to the build. It's more like just a really good talent that is... You need it because you don't have escapes and you really need that reset. That little moment of invulnerability to kind of wait for your cooldowns or to try to drop aggro for your team to come in. You know, it's basically your small get out of jail free card or your small waste 5 seconds of the enemy team's time card, which can be important. Also, you get to control Misha while you're Feigned Death, so that's really good. Anyway, that's this build. I'd recommend trying it on maps, only on maps that have a lot of mercenaries and minions, such as the Cursed Hollow is the exact best map, because the entire game is about map control. Don't try this on a map that's really small, like the mines you'll struggle with, and you'll struggle with any of the Diablo maps. It just doesn't keep up in the team fights as well as the other Rexxar builds that you can do. And you can modify it slightly to make it like a hybrid build, which I would recommend doing for something like Hero League, but you could take this to Hero League. Anyway, Hunter-Gatherer, easy prey. You need this, it's the core of the build. Bird of Prey, surprisingly good. Clears lanes, clears minions. Bestial Wrath lets you jungle harder, kill bosses harder, faster. Wildfire Bear, amazing talent. Feigned Death, your only real escape. And then finally, you want to upgrade that Bestial Wrath to Spirit Bond for the teamfight presence. Alright, well that's the Jungle Tamer build. Till next time.